ones, empaths. The thing about when the narcissist finally realizes what they lost losing you is all about letting the narcissist go. Letting them go, letting them get on with their lives, letting them go with new suppliers. Let them do that, right? You don't need to feel less than, like a reject, like an outcast if you were discarded or reverse discarded. You don't need to feel like that at all. You don't need to feel less than if they went with someone new. And someone in the comment section said recently, oh, they gone with a younger supply. Like, you don't need to let that affect you. You don't need to start comparing yourself to the new supply. You don't need to start, comparing yourself. You don't need to, right? What you need to do is realize everything that you've done, right? Everything that you've done. I'm not saying that you're perfect, but if you're an empath, if you're a chosen one, it's highly likely that, almost certain that you offered real love, real care, real support. Some of you helped them in their times of need. You supported them. You loved them. You've done your best by them, right? And they are selfish, ungrateful, unappreciative creatures. That's what they are, right? They don't appreciate at the time. The only way for the narcissist that was involved in your life to learn their lesson is for them to go forward with their lives too. So you let them go. You let them go on with their life. You let them go with their new supplies. And this is when they finally realize what they lost losing you. Leave them to do the comparing. You don't need to fall into that mind state of comparing yourself with someone who they're with now. You don't need to compare yourself to who they're with now. You don't need to do that. They're going to do all of that. That's what they're doing. They're comparing you to the new supply. They're triangulating you. They're triangulating the new supply against you. They're triangulating you against the new supply. They're doing all of these things. They're comparing and stuff, right? And this is when they finally realize what they lost losing you. Because they won't find what you provided. It doesn't matter if they go with someone richer, if they go with someone... it doesn't matter what type of person they go with. Everything that you possess is down to your energy, your authenticity, your love. That's the supply that they're after. It's supply they're after. Your energy, in other words. Your energy that you possess. Both positive and negative. Right? That's what they're after. And they don't seem to get this from these new suppliers that they're with. They don't get this level, this intensity. They don't feel the same way that they felt about you. They don't feel the neurological chemical rushes that they get from being with you because of your potent supply source, your loving, caring nature that you have. They don't feel that inside them with these new suppliers. These new suppliers they can't trust. Part of the reason why they can't trust the new suppliers is because these new suppliers knew about you. So they're never going to have that level of trust. And a relationship without trust just doesn't work. Non-narcissistic relationships. If you don't have trust, relationships don't work. There needs to be a level of trust, And, you trusted them. That's what hurts you, is that you did trust them. And they went behind your back, or they cheated on you, or they done this, or they done that, so that hurts you. But please don't find yourself falling in to the mindset of comparing yourself to the new supply, of thinking that you're less than, of thinking that they've done better now without you, and all of that stuff, because that's coming from a self-esteem place. And I'm not saying you've got low self-esteem. I'm saying this is a deliberate attack by the narcissist involved in your life on your self-esteem, on your sense of self-worth, to make you feel that way. They've deliberately done so. They've honestly deliberately done so. They've honestly deliberately made you want to make you feel this way, and they use triangulation tactics to give off that impression that you are less than when you're not in actuality. To stay informed on topics like these, subscribe to the channel. If you want to shed some light on a personal situation, book a one-to-one session. Links for all I've mentioned in the description box below. You know, so they do realize, you know, this is the whole thing. You just need them. You need them. Like, I know it might sound counterintuitive or not what you know, when it's someone that you deeply care about or you love, you know, thinking of them with someone else can haunt you. It can really disrupt your spirit. But I'm saying to you that, you know, they're a narcissist now, right? You need to detach. You need to, like, you know, even if you're at a place where you still love them or care about them, then, you know, love them from a distance. Let them go. Let them make their path. Let them make their way. You know, I'm not telling you this to let them back on or return, but I'm just saying that they're going to run into situations with new supplies when they get a stern awakening, you know, that these new supplies don't equate to what you provided. You have things that the new supply doesn't have. It's not because you're better than the new supply or anything like that. It's just because you are an authentic person. You have real love, real care. And they monkey branch to people that are, you know, no good as well. They monkey branch to people that are no good, you know, manipulators like they are, narcissists like they are, you know, toxic individuals like they are. That's what they monkey branch to. You know, they don't monkey branch to an authentic, transparent, genuine soul. So this is what causes the narcissist to finally realize what they lost losing you. And when they're in that predicament, you know, it's tough for them. It's tough for the narcissist because they've burnt bridges with you, they've discarded you, they've reverse discarded you, they've become so toxic you had to cut them off. They've really ruined the relationship that you shared. You know, they've ruined something that had the potential to be something meaningful if they you know, changed from their narcissistic ways, but they failed to do that. You know, you didn't deserve to go through the abuse that you're going through. You don't deserve to go through the abuse that you've gone through. You don't deserve none of that, but it's happened. And this is what happens when you encounter these toxic individuals, these narcissists that are involved in your life. You know, they try and bring destruction to your life, you know. So their wake-up call is honestly about when they go forward, you know. When they go forward, you know, this is when they finally realize what they lost losing you. And I know it's a hard pill to swallow. I know it's tough, you know, because you love this person. You don't want to imagine them with someone else and stuff like that. But you just got to understand, like, this is the only way they learn their lesson. You know, they were ungrateful when you gave them the love. They were unappreciative when you offered your kindness and your support. They may have said thanks. They may have seemed like they appreciated it, but they didn't really. It wasn't a heartfelt moment. They didn't really appreciate the support you were giving to them, the love, the loyalty, the truth, the transparency. They didn't appreciate that, what you offered to them. You know, they took it for granted. That's the best way I can put it. They took it for granted. It was just, oh, this person does this. This is how they are, you know, or they can get this anywhere they go. You know, that's often what they come under the impression of. They start to believe that they can get this type of treatment anywhere they go. And that's a big mistake, because authenticity is rare, truth is rare, real love is rare, generosity, support is rare. You know, you don't find this just out there with anyone you go to. And that's why I'm trying to tell you not to compare yourself to the new suppliers. I can't emphasize enough. Don't compare yourself to the new supply, because what you're imagining is wrong. You're imagining they're with someone nice or they're with someone decent. But what like, let's just say for the benefit of the video, even if they met someone genuine and kind and decent, look what they done to the relationship that you two shared. Look what they done to that. They destroyed it. They'll destroy this new relationship even if they was with someone genuine and kind. They destroy things in their path. That's the fact of the matter. You know? And the thing is about the narcissist, even if they met someone genuine and kind, they think about their former supply, right? This is the mindset of them. They will think about you as the former supply, right? When they're with the new supply, because they're not appreciative of what people give. They'll think what they can't have. They want what they can't have. You see? This is the same going, even when they ran into you being a chosen one and an empath that you are, they'll maybe, if they had a former supply, there was things about their former supply that they felt like they wanted to put into you, they wanted to make you act in a certain way, or they wanted to do these things because they never truly heal, right? They go from person to person so quickly. They're still caught up on their past. And I'm not saying that's anything wrong with you, why they were caught up on their past when they got with you. But I'm saying it's because of the reality of the fact that they rush into these new relationships so quickly. They don't give themselves breathing space. They don't give themselves a chance to think, gather their thoughts. They just literally go into these new relationships so fast, They go into them so fast. So yes, they did realize that you were different. They did realize that you have a potent supply. They did start to realize all of that. But initially, they were still caught up on their past when they got with you. So the same goes for when they're monkey branching to this new supply. They'll be caught up on you, right, when they're with the new supply. I only said for the benefit of the video if they meet someone genuine and kind. But like, you got to realize a lot of genuine and kind people will spot they're a narcissist or spot they're toxic. Even if they don't know about narcissism, they might spot, hold on, this person's a bit off. It's actually because you are the empath and the chosen one that you give the people the benefit of the doubt. You overlook their faults. You do these things, you ignore your gut feeling. You kind of, you give people the benefit of the doubt is the best way that I can put it, so even if you may think back now, when you look back in retrospect, oh, they done this, oh, they done that, oh, you saw a red flag, oh, you saw a red flag, you know what I'm saying? You'll think of that stuff now, but that's just the way of the nature of the empath and the chosen one. When you're prior to awakening, or awakening fully, you let these people mislead you, prior to awakening fully, and the thing is you can fall back to sleep, you can fall back to sleep with narcissists as well, that's the thing. You can fall back to sleep with narcissists, that's something you've got to watch out for as well, you can fall back to sleep. You gotta you wake up, you have the sudden wake up. You wake up to all narcissists around you, but you got to realize they're a lot more, they're a lot more common than empaths and chosen ones. What are the statistics saying? 1 in 6 now. They're saying 1 in 6 people is narcissistic, right? They're saying that in psychology and stuff like that, right? But I think it's a lot more than that, But like that's still a lot of people. Even if you say 1 in 6, that's still a lot of people. That's not 1 in 10. That's 1 in 6. They're saying is narcissistic. But I think that it's a lot more people. That could be 1 in 6 are diagnosed narcissists. But there's a lot more narcissists, or people on the spectrum than people like to. The people really realize. There's a lot more of them. So you got to understand that when a narcissist discards you, reverse discards you, or you cut them off because they become too toxic, they will go on to new supplies. And it's only when they go on to this new supply, they're finally going to realize what they lost losing you. And then they go through the grief. Then they go through the pain. Then they go through all of that, because they're not getting the supply that they were used to, that they got from you. They're not getting that anymore. They're not getting that. And that rocks them, they were used to getting that from you, and this is the thing. Even if they did meet a genuine and kind person, like many of you say in the comment section, it's highly unlikely they will, because they're monkey branching. It's like a rebound, if you if you just rebound to someone, it's not like you're going to be with someone who, if you just rush into someone straight away, it's not like you're going to find someone who's really good and like the best person ever, so they make terrible decisions, And they honestly trade a jewel like you are for something that's worthless. And that's what gets them down, you know, because they realize this. But let's just say, for the benefit of the video, they meet someone a genuine and kind. They will still be accustomed to the supply source that you provided. You know, this genuine and kind person that they meet in the future, let's say they are, you know, is going to have a totally different form of supply. The narcissist is used to the empath supply, you know? You have to understand that not all narcissists encounter an empath. That's why these self-proclaimed narcissists on the internet and on YouTube and stuff will say, oh, it means nothing to be with an empath. Because they may have never even been with an empath. You see what I'm saying? Empaths are very far and few between and scattered amongst the masses across the world. You know, empaths are very far and few between. You know, so many narcissists don't even get the chance to be with an empath. You know, that's the way it is. And if a narcissist does fortunately come across an empath, it's highly likely it'll only be one in their life that they come across. You know? You got to think about this, right? Empaths that go through abuse, right? Empaths that go through abuse from narcissists, you know, they go through a narcissistic experience with a relationship. You know, the empath will, you know, start being by themselves a bit more. Won't be on the dating apps. You know, I'm not saying you may be on dating apps. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that sometimes the empath will go through a process where they're not on dating apps. They're not on social media. They might have had to cut away from social media because of the narcissist involved in their life. They might have had to come off dating apps because of the narcissist involved in their life making fake profiles. You know, the empath usually takes some time out from relationships. And I'm not knocking you if you've gone into a new relationship with someone after the narcissist or anything like that, because I understand that. You know, you crave companionship, you want to be close to someone. I can understand that. I'm just saying that, generally speaking, empaths are a little bit more secluded and introverted. They tend to be introverted. So after they go through it, like I've seen it time and time again in the comment section when I talk about meeting someone new in the videos, like I see people in the comment section saying things like, Zion, I'm not looking for nothing new. Zion, I'm not looking for nothing new. Like, and that's what I mean. Like, when you go through an abusive experience with a narcissist, it's like you won't even look for nothing new. You know, you need time to heal. You need time to reflect. You need time to repair yourself, you know? So it's totally different from, that's why it's hard for you to rationalize what they're doing, you know? But you go down a totally different path than what the narcissist does. The narcissist will go onto a new supply, then they'll meet another new supply. They need a supply source. Even if the supply source isn't equating to what you offered, they need some supply source, you know? They'll try and conjure up a supply source from their romantic partner, from their friends, from their family, from their colleagues at work, from their boss, from everywhere, you know, to try and make a supply be as potent as what you used to offer solely by yourself, you know. They're out there searching for supply, you know. That is their meaning in life, you know. That is their meaning in life, you know. So you have to understand, you know, I've gone off topic a bit, but you have to understand that they do finally realize, and it's the power is in letting them go on with these new supplies, leaving them to it, making sure that you never want to let them back in your life again, you know, and let them, that's the way they're going to get their wake up call, you know, that's when they're going to get their wake up call, by going with new people, you know. So never compare yourself to anyone. Don't let the monkey branch in, or them with a new supply, or them portraying on social media. None of you, you should really try and stop looking at social media. If any of you are, just try, take your time, but try eventually stop looking. You know, I understand it's a hard process to stop looking, but just try, you know, and don't compare yourself to none of these new suppliers. You know, it's all about knowing your value, all about knowing your self-worth. It's all about that, you know. It's all about building on your value, building on your self-worth, understanding what you did, you know, understanding that can't be replaced, you know. The thing is the person that you are, you know, the person that you are, if you met a genuine and kind person, it would be a match made in heaven, you know. You'd be a perfect soulmate for each other. You know, meeting a genuine, authentic person. You'd be perfect soulmates for each other. And you got to understand that you provided that on one side of things. And the narcissist has a knowing of that. They have a knowing that you provided that level of love and care that can't be found elsewhere, you know. So this is what they struggle with. This is a struggle that they have to face. I should have probably touched on it. I've gone a bit off topic in this video, but I hope you understand why I've been mentioning these points that I've made. But they will have a knowing that you had the qualities of someone to keep around. You possess the qualities of what someone else would find intriguing, what someone else would like in a partner. You have these qualities. You have the transparency, you have the truth, you have the honesty, you have the loyalty, you have the love. They're aware that you provided those qualities now when they're in this situation with this new supply that most likely doesn't have those qualities, you know, because they're most likely with a toxic individual. So they're aware that you had these qualities. So that's a struggle for them, you know, and they're also aware that other people will find those qualities that you possess attractive, intriguing, something to be valued, you know. They're aware there's other good people out there, you know. They're aware there's other good people out there, you know. So just understand, you know, they are going through a process. They do realize they're stubborn. They're not going to tell you this information. They're not going to tell you this because they're stubborn. Their real true version of themselves they keep hidden from the world. You know, from you, from their family, from their friends, from their colleagues, from their boss, from everyone. They hide it. You know, their real true feelings and everything they hide. It's a mask what they operate with. You know, and that's why you get little lashes out of irritability or anger or things of that nature. You get those lashes out from them, you know, but they mask everything, you know. No one really knows the real them. You saw a glimpse of the real them. You saw a bit of the unmasking. You might have seen the whole unmasking, you know, but they portray a different version of themselves to other people, you know. So these feelings of finally realizing they lost you is what's dwelling beneath the surface with the narcissist that is involved in your life. You know, this is something they can't shake. This is something that they will have with them, you know. And this is why I'm saying it's so crucial that you just let them go. Don't chase after them. Don't pursue them. Just let them go. Let them go on with their new supplies. Take it as what it is. The relationship is over. They've gone on with their new supply. Never let them back in. And understand that when they're with these new supplies, they'll realize what they lost losing you. Thanks for listening today. If you want support, please book a session with me. The links are all for all you need are in the description box below. And I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.